Hello everyone and welcome to Dwarf Fortress. May our fortunes rise and fall together. Today I'm going to be creating a new fortress. The dwarves of this fortress have heard prophecies of a great plague that will envelop the land and consume all. But not to worry, these dwarves have a plan. They will survive where others will perish. They will prosper, surrounded by the warming love of their mountain home. Our story begins at the beginning of time. Okay, I'm just going to create a world here, let some time pass, and here we are. Okay, I want to find a volcano. Is this a volcano? What are these red waves? I have no idea what a volcano looks like. That does not bode well for the leader of a group of dwarves, does it? Not knowing what a volcano looks like. Okay, let's find one. Success! We found a volcano! It's in the middle of the ocean, on a tiny island. Well, it does keep us away from other civilizations, but that might be too extreme for us. It's the only volcano in this world, too. That's not great. Okay, let's start over. Here we are. Anenu Alino, the planets of dawning, has been created. I'm feeling pretty positive about this place. Let's go with it. Ah, much better. I found an excellent volcano. They appear as the caret symbol in red on the world map. Note that if you ever want to find a volcano. This place seems quite nice. It has a lot of forests and vegetation, so wood won't be a problem. Both shallow and deep metals. Clay in case we want to get into ceramics, and it's near goblins, humans, elves, and skulkings. Unfortunately, the volcano is too far away from that river, but lava's more important to us than water. I'm sure that won't come back to haunt us. Alright, this will be our new home. We will, of course, prepare carefully, buy a bunch of things, and done. Now for a name. How about this? Ziriloshur, Firecircle. A prophetic name, I feel. As for our group, we are Ordisalab, the incinerated roof. I'm noticing a trend. And our symbol will be this, the silvery priest. It is the image of a duck and an akati. The akati is burning, the duck is melting. A powerful symbol if ever there was one. And here we are, our new home. It looks like we ended up on the side of a cliff here. Pretty steep one too. And over here is our volcano. It's odd that it's not at the top of the mountain, just sort of jutting out of the side. It will still work, well enough. Going north a bit from the volcano, I think this would be a good spot to start our fortress. The temporary one anyway. Well, time to get to work. Okay, and here is at least the small beginnings of a fortress. Here we have a meeting hall, and there's some workshops down here with storage for food, drinks, and stone. We're going to use this area for food processing, and we've also started creating some bedrooms up one level. Where our fort entrance is, we have a couple of farms going on at the end of a nice winding passage. A bridge here acts as a shortcut. Over here is where our trader depot is going to be. We've also cut down a ton of forest. Here, we have so much wood. The local elves will be super happy. But we're making beds and bins and barrels to get ourselves going. Some migrants have arrived. This will be good to bolster our numbers. We have a lot of projects in the works and not enough hands to do it all. Welcome, then, to Ziriloshur. I would like you to think of this as your new forever home. We're now up to 14 dwarves, so our population has doubled. We also still don't have a broker with the appraisal skill, so we have no idea of how much of everything we have. We're probably still doing okay, though. Our trade depot was made just in time for this caravan to arrive. Found some gold and have been busy making gold statues. That'll hopefully be useful in trade, as we could really use some food. Going into trade, we don't have much, just some basalt crafts and some gold bars we smelted. Looks like we can get some leather, that'll be useful, and a bunch of meat. Looks like there's some hearts, kidneys, and intestines. Well, that'll make for some fine eating. We'll take your least expensive offal, please, because we're broke. Seems like a fair trade. And done. Look at all the food we have now. We are golden. Lolor Kogen Tishkad, metalsmith, has been possessed. This is our fortress's first artifact, and it's from a metalsmith, no less. Here's looking forward to something good. Lolor Kogen Tishkad, metalsmith, has created Reduk Bucket, a gold armor stand. He offers this to the incinerated roof, which is us. Our metalsmith is offering his finest work to all of us here at Firecircle. Let's have a look at this artifact. It's worth 74,400. That's incredibly impressive for our fortress's first artifact. Reduk Bucket, the Bitter Quickness. This is a golden armor stand, all Kraftdorf ships of the highest quality. On the item is an image of Ag Crushed Pastimes, the human, and Oxel Tongueclout, the human, in gold. Oxel Tongueclout is striking down Ag Crushed Pastimes. The artwork relates to the killing of the human Ag Crushed Pastimes by the human Oxel Tongueclout in the Forest of Wandering in early summer of 59 during Dizonalok, the Molten Battle. On the item is an image of a tetrahedral tetrahedron in citrine. I'm glad that the tetrahedron is tetrahedral in shape. It seems like there was a great war almost 200 years ago. I imagine these humans who fought in that war were perhaps the great generals of each side, with Oxel Tongueclout coming out victorious. An inspirational image of an ancient battle will surely inspire any dwarf who picks up arms from this most glorious of weapon racks. Excellent work, Lolor. The forest retreat of Glimmerburned, a short walk to the west, has been conquered and now looks to your thriving economy for its future prosperity. All right, well, we welcome the short-term trading. Counting on us in the long term might not be the best idea. We sort of are following this prophecy. Before the plague comes, there won't be any way to trade with us, even if we wanted to. We're not a very large fortress anyway, so basing your future prosperity on our economy is probably a pretty foolish thing to start with. Looking back at our main fortress, and we see some gold statues. A lot of gold statues. Remember earlier when I said that we started making gold statues for trade? Well, we did. And having so many of them, I started having them put in people's bedrooms, along with our meeting hall here. Currently, more than half of our bedrooms have gold statues in them. We are on our way to becoming a prosperous fortress. Arel Kunoslan, metalcrafter, has been possessed. We're getting some rapid-fire artifacts here. Another metalsmith, too. You're following a tough act, Arel. Good luck to you. That didn't take long. Arel Kunoslan, metalcrafter, has created Nukzamkurlig, a Dilzengod, a lead figure of Makathi bird's smoke. He claims it as a family heirloom. Looks like it's worth 6,000. Not that much, but it is made of lead. Let's take a look. Nukzamkurlig Adelzengod, Battle Shell the Walled Dignity. This is a lead figurine of Makathi birdsmoke. All Kraftdorf ship is of the highest quality. This item is a masterfully designed image of Makathi bird's smoke, the elf, and Towat Shove-Stabbed, the matched robust lightning of jewels, the bronze colossus in lead, by Arel Kunoslan. Towat Shove-Stabbed, the matched robust lightning of jewels, is striking down Makathi birdsmoke. The artwork relates to the killing of the elf Makathi birdsmoke by the bronze colossus, Towat Shove-Stabbed, the matched robust lightning jewels in Saffron Point, in the Forests of Wandering in the early spring of 24 during the rampage of the bronze colossus, Towat Shove-Stabbed, the matched robust lightning of jewels in Saffron Points. On the item is an image of a coffee tree in lead. On the item is an image of Sarvesh Page Bridles, the dwarf, and Ape Lesson, the Silk of Finders, the Sasquatch in basalt. Ape Lesson, the Silk Finders, is striking down Sarvesh Page Bridles. The artwork relates to the killing of the dwarf Sarvesh Page Bridles by the Sasquatch Ape Lesson, the Silk Finders, in the Forest of Wandering in 115. I look at this as maybe a two-part diorama, a warning, as it were, of the dangers of the mighty beasts of the realm. A forbidding piece of art, but one with a valuable lesson for us all, I'm sure. An elven caravan from Elisa Fair has arrived. I'm not sure what the elves really have to offer us, but we're willing to trade, for now. Since we are a civilized nation, we will be trading using coins that we have minted. I'm pretty sure the elves, thinking of us as a new fortress, are going to wonder, why is this place so full of gold? A major export of ours, but not something so useful with the coming disaster. But what is useful is food. Let's see how much of that we can bargain for. Looks like they have some fruits and nuts. We'll take those, along with some animals. Looks like they also have barrels and buckets, always useful, and some chests. Finally, we'll grab their medical supplies, splints and crutches. That seems to be all we're going to get out of the elves. Now, I want to talk briefly about something I haven't mentioned yet, a secret project. This fortress has been established for over a year already, and it looks pretty small, doesn't it? That's because of a construction that we're doing underground, just down that path to the south there. I'm not going to get into it yet, but it is essentially the purpose for this entire endeavor. Some migrants have arrived. This is great. More hands for our various projects is going to be very helpful. We have run into a small problem, however, that is stunting our progress. We started this fortress with just 3 copper picks for mining, and so far that's all we have. While we have a lot of gold and even some silver and aluminum, we don't have any metals that can be turned into picks. This is really a problem, and it's limiting the speed at which we can build out rooms and work on our project. Ideally, some migrants might bring a pick with them. If not, we'll have to rely on trade to get either picks or metals that we need to make our own. Also, that migrant wave was a big one. We more than doubled our population. I think we have enough food for now, but sleeping space might be tight for a while. The forest retreat of Diver Asp, a short walk to the northwest, has been conquered and now looks to your thriving economy for its future prosperity. The word must be getting out about our gold exports. It's nice to be recognized, but this sort of thing will only end in despair for the people of Diver Asp. Rigoth Muzishtath, leatherworker, withdraws from society. Time for another artifact, it seems. Let's see what sort of artifact Rigoth will make. Okay, so far it seems their artifact is drinking related, as that's what they're doing. That's weird. I wonder if the workshop they need just doesn't exist yet? Okay, so Rigoth is a leather worker, and we didn't have a leatherworks or a tanner shop. So we created those, and now they have claimed the shop. Good luck, Rigoth. We are all looking forward to what you come up with. Snatcher, protect the children! It looks like a goblin child snatcher has come to steal away our children, of which we have 1. Over here, actually, asleep in a bedroom with no door. We're just going to pull this lever here, and the way into the fortress closes up. And it looks like he has already fled. Good riddance. You can see we've expanded our bedrooms here. With our higher population, we need more places for our dwarves to sleep. Yet most of our work still goes into the project. A caravan from Mersethmabil has arrived. Excellent. We might be able to get some picks or at least metals to make our own. What's this? Merit deserves a reward, and I come empowered to establish this colony as an official land of our realm. Do you have any dwarves to recommend for elevation? I can either accept and recommend someone or decline. I think this would turn us into a barony, which, while neat, probably isn't a good idea if we're going to isolate ourselves from the realm. It would be pretty selfish of us, wouldn't it? We'll have to decline, I'm afraid. Unib Dudoklar says, Farewell, Onel Momuzamid. I look forward to our meeting next year. Our fortunes rise and fall together. Yeah, that looks like that. Now, if you look here, I remember that dwarf that we had a little while ago trying to create an artifact, Rigoth Mozashast, the leather worker. Apparently, I missed this. They were stricken by melancholy. They couldn't find all the ingredients to create their artifact. This is going to be a sad day at Ziriloshur. Being stricken by melancholy is something that can't be cured. They're basically just going to be depressed for the rest of their life, refusing to eat or drink, wandering the halls aimless because they were never able to achieve their life's goal. Well, this is sad. And I'm sorry that we weren't able to provide for you, Rigoth. I wish you luck in the next life. And moving on, because we have to do that. So the fortress is coming along. You can see here that we've been expanding it slowly. In fact, all these bedrooms that are being built out right now are being done so because the next level of our project, which I still haven't shown yet, has been completed. It's a project that has to be done in stages. It's kind of done in levels, and there's a lot of mining involved. So what I end up doing is I end up building out a bunch of bedrooms with a lower priority for digging. And while I'm looking at my main fortress, I can tell when the next level is done by when these bedrooms start getting built. So you can see we have probably a good now 50 or so bedrooms. I'm trying to outfit them all with a pretty nice array with beds and cabinets and chests I've kind of ran out of statues. I've been trading a lot of them, so only the inner ones get statues, but everybody else is getting some pretty nice bedrooms. And we're kind of continuing along with this, and I'm hoping to shortly show off what that main project is. Oh boy. The Cyclops Thabzepokmenem has come. A giant humanoid monster with a single eye set in its forehead. Okay, so this is by far the only real major threat that we've actually faced in this fortress. I'm not really sure how we're going to deal with this. I think we're going to try to see what we can do. Alright, I think we should start by getting inside of a burrow here. Alright, get inside, you dwarves. This is not going to go well if you don't. Alright, now let's follow this Cyclops, see where he goes. Alright, looks like he's starting to kill my livestock. Chasing some chickens and whatnot. I think I have an idea, though. If I pull this lever here, yeah, like that, then the middle bridge here will rise, forcing him to take the long way around towards my trade depot and the fortress, hopefully going through those traps. Then I'll have a second lever to raise the other two bridges and trap him into this area. Alright, following the troll again. And let's see, maybe he'll just go into the fortress now. We got a nice open area. Oh, there the bridge went up. Okay, it seems like he's just kind of sitting around murdering my animals. That's not great. It's not ideal. I need him to get into the fortress. I need him to actually try to attack me, but I guess he doesn't really want to because all these animals are around. You know, it's pretty much like a buffet. He's got free food, like a one-eyed college student. So I need to figure out how to get him inside. Alright, I need to think of something. Okay, I think one of the problems is that these animals have to stay in this area because they're in pens. So I should at least let them out. Like, get them out of these pens, then maybe they can just scatter, not just be this buffet for the Cyclops, and then hopefully he'll then be attracted and come into the fortress after that and go into my trap. At least maybe I'll have some animals left over at the end of it. Alright, so it looks like the animals are making their way into the fortress, actually. They're fleeing to the safety of the fortress, although they've got a long way to go. And the Cyclops still seems to be just kind of hanging out outside. Although, oh, it looks like he's following them. Yeah, okay, this is working. He's going towards his prey. Looks like he's up just above our fortress entrance, kind of hanging out here. A little leisurely. Oh, looks like he's chasing a rabbit or something. Going up, yeah, it's fleeing in terror, but it looks like it's faster than him, so Cyclops is now heading back towards the fortress. Come on, you bastard, make your way in. Oh, and it looks like he made it in, and he's out again. Okay, that was short. I guess he saw something. Yep, looks like he's killing a goat, maybe, or something. Okay, yeah, there's combat, and I think it's dead. Yeah, maybe it was a llama. I'm not sure. All right. Oh, and he went back in. All right, excellent. So now all we have to do is go over here and pull this lever. Very good. And now he'll start making his way in. The doors will close. He just killed a chicken and a deer. The door's closed. And oh, look, he's in a trap. Yep, we have a Cyclops in a golden cage. Excellent. All right, let's turn that burrow off. Get everybody back to work. And I think I need to go through now and put those animals back in their pen. It would probably be a good idea to have them inside, but I don't have a place to put them inside right now. So we'll just go through and put all the different things that we have back into pens. Also, I'm thinking, what is it that we're going to do with this Cyclops? So we have a Cyclops now in a golden cage. And we happen to have a volcano. So I was thinking that, maybe it would be good to sacrifice this Cyclops to the volcano gods. It will be, a little bit of a loss on the gold, but we have a lot of gold. And it's not every day that you get to sacrifice a Cyclops to a volcano god. Yeah, I think that'll be a good idea. I think this is going to work out really well. And I'm really proud of these guys. Everything went smoothly, not a single hitch to be seen. Excellent. Well, I did not see that coming. Apparently, we tried to pasture a cyclops, and the cyclops was not the pasturing kind, apparently. Yeah, not sure what was up with that. That was a mistake. Anyway, he murdered a bunch of people. I don't have it on video, but a lot of dwarves died. And we beat him. We got him. Now some elves are arriving, and they're wading through buckets of blood and corpses to get here. But yeah, Ziriloshur lives on. We are gonna recover. We'll be fine. We don't get to sacrifice a cyclops to a volcano, but oh well. All right. I'm excited to finally share with you the main actual project. You can see right here, there's a ramp that goes down to this level. So this is all new. This is a sphere underground. You can see that this is the top, and it's an empty area. This is kind of like the roof. And then as you go down, it creates this shell, this kind of hollow shell around an inner block of solid ground. And here's the bottom and all of the levels. I think it's 11 Z levels deep as far as the inner shell is concerned. And the concept here is to fill that entire outer shell with lava using our volcano. And my fortress will be on the inside of this sphere floating in a bubble of lava. It'll be held up by a couple of supports, but this will cause the entire fortress to have to survive inside of an area that has no external contact. I won't be able to get migrants. I won't be able to trade. I won't be able to get to trees, mine anything else. It should be actually nearly impossible for the dwarves to get out. And that is actually quite exciting. Okay, so this area right here is part of the filling chamber. Its purpose is to build up large quantities of lava to dump into the sphere. You see, the volcano only has so much lava in a single Z level, and while it does create more like an aquifer, I have a concern that purely dumping lava into the sphere directly from the volcano won't be fast enough, which will cause the lava at the bottom to evaporate. So these chambers here will hold the lava before being dumped. The chambers are going to be separated by a magma-safe bridge or floodgate, and each chamber will be filled before lowering the gate to the next chamber. It may take a while to fill them all. When we go to fill up the shell, the inner floodgates will be opened and all the chambers will empty into the shell, which should be enough lava to fill at least the bottom Z level fast enough to prevent evaporation. After that's done, I'll probably have to close everything back up and start the process all over again from the beginning, filling each chamber until the whole thing is filled and doing another dump. I will, however, leave open the option of just pouring directly from the volcano at that time, as risk of evaporation will be a bit lower, and the hands-off approach would certainly be easier than doing that whole process again. So then we have lava, and it starts to fill up this entire sphere, going from over the top of this, like a nice molten shell, going down through all of these Z levels until it gets to the bottom, and hopefully it'll fill up about at least one Z level worth with lava. There's also tunnels at the bottom of here, which is the only way to get into this inner fortress right now. That area will fill up with lava and completely submerge it. Most likely, the walls that are currently around the stairwell, which is the only way into the fortress, will also get removed. I'll probably have to put, actually I know I'll have to put some sort of magma-safe floor over top of the stairwell before we start this process. Because of pressure, the lava would get into the fortress. I have to make sure this thing is airtight. Hopefully it'll work. I might have lava accidents and everyone will die. We'll see what happens. You can see this whole structure. I've been starting to build out some of the middle areas, getting stockpiles ready, starting to build meeting halls. I'll go over that in a later video. This is just wanting to show at the end of this one what it is that I'm doing. And here's the tunnel that all of them can go through right now. So yeah, this is it. Let me know what you think. I think it's an interesting project. I just kind of came up with it as something interesting to do. It's a little challenge. I want to see, can I get my dwarves into a state where they can't really escape? And then how long can I actually survive in that? And then maybe later on I'll try to come up with an idea to how could I escape if you really wanted to? How would you get yourself out of a sphere of lava? I don't really know. I'm also worried about water because I don't really have any on the map, and when I'm in here, I will have absolutely no access to water. I should be able to grow. I'm hoping to make some farms to grow stuff, and that'll let me make drinks and whatnot. It should be pretty self-sustainable. I've been already collecting a ton of food. I haven't been showing it, but almost every time a caravan comes on, I've been buying every single bit of food that they have, trying to process it into stockpiles. I'm doing this like a bomb shelter. We're going to try to fill up the entire thing with food and maybe just see if I can go 10 years with it. I don't know. We'll see. So, yep, that's the fortress, and hopefully I'll have the ambition to make an actual sequel to this so we can see where it actually goes. Thanks for sticking around and watching.